Welcome to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders on 1240 Radio WOMT.
And welcome back to Monday Morning, Jim. Welcome to the studio.
Morning, Terry. Pleasure to be here.
Hey, this is Fine Living here on 1240 Radio WOMT with Jim Reif from Jim Reif Builders. Today, condensation is the topic, and we're going to talk about it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it's not the best word we like to talk about, but it's realities. We should talk about it and educate the consumer here out there what we can do to help. We're in the middle of September here now, and as we roll a little bit farther into the end of September and into early October, you're going to start possibly getting some condensation on your windows, usually on the inside. And
why?
And the reason is because the weather is changing. There's still humidity trapped inside your house from summer and in early fall, where it was a bit humid, and that moisture's trapped in there. And now the weather outside is cooling off, and glass is the weakest point in the house on the windows, and you're going to get that condensation. And that condensation is going to hang around until typically you turn on your furnace and start moving some air if you have a forced air furnace. So that's when the house will start to dry back down, and you'll start seeing that condensation go away for a short time.
Is condensation a bad thing for your home or your windows?
It's not a bad thing if you address it properly. For example, if it's on your windows, you want to try to wipe it off in the morning so it doesn't deteriorate any finish, such like that, or putting a fan there to move some air. And you can usually see it in most cases in bathrooms and bedrooms and maybe even the kitchen, or high moisture areas. You will less likely see it in like the living room or a family room, den, office, where you don't spend as much time.
Sure.
But in the bedroom, we expel out all this moisture out of our mouth as we're sleeping, and that's got to go somewhere. Okay.
How do you actually manage moisture then?
I guess managing it is several ways. We have mechanical ventilations products out there. First of all, is a really top-notch bath fan. Some of the houses built in the mid-'90s and before didn't have the top quality bath fans in. They had smaller CFMs in, so it didn't exhaust out as much moisture. That started changing in the late 90s, early 2000s, and there was more and more discussions about the type of bath fans. You want like a 150 CFM bath fan in any bathroom that has a shower. The shower heads went from a small shower head to them big ones that are like 4 inches across. Kohler makes them, and so the other companies that have a lot more little jets out of them. And that in turn makes more moisture because there's more jets for it to come out of. So when that moisture gets in there, you want to just have that removed by the bath, and that's really the best way.
Okay.
And then there's also other devices that hook up in the basement. HRVs is one. ERVs. Those are devices that a heating contractor can put in and helps control the moisture in the whole house so you don't get that on your windows.
Now, I know that, I'm just kind of reading some notes that you gave me here, but moisture inside your home should be at 35%. What does that mean? How do you even know?
Hardware stores will have a device that'll read the moisture. You can hang it on your wall. You can set it on your counter. And such, and then it would tell you the moisture in your house. And as we get to the cold part of winter, you want to be down at 35%. Now, when you get to early fall, there you're probably looking at you'd be okay at 40, 42%. But the lower you get it when the heart of winter comes, like December and January, the better it's going to be.
Okay.
In your house.
Okay. What happens if you notice moisture on different parts of windows that are not on the bottom or even like the side edges?
In most cases, you're going to notice it at the bottom of the window where the glass meets the sash or part of the window. And that's because of the fact that that's the coldest and weakest point of the glass. Studies have shown that, the center of glass is 3 to 4 degrees warmer than the edges. And of course, heat rises, so it's going to keep the top of the glass warmer, so that moisture will stay airborne, but the bottom does not get as warm. And then when the moisture will condensate or create little water droplets or steam on your window.
Okay.
And that's what you want to get off, whether it's mechanical means with a fan or something, or wipe it with a towel. That's the areas you want to get off, and then address your moisture long term.
Great timely issues here on Fine Living here on 1240 Radio. Jim Reif, if people want to get a hold of you and your team, how do they do that?
Terry, we'd love to hear from you. Those folks at 684-6899 is our number. Give us a jingle. And then we're on the web at jimreifbuilders.com, and just a phenomenal website for that. And then the third opportunity is through Facebook. We're on Facebook with a nice presence.
Jim, we'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Terry.
Take care.
Thanks for listening to Fine Living, presented by Jim Reif Builders, the leader in new construction and remodeling here on the Lakeshore. Let their vision enrich your lifestyle. Tune in again next week for another episode of Fine Living on 1240 Radio, WOMT. To learn more, visit jimreifbuilders.com.